My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I am still in transition as far as my living situation is concerned, but we are going to walk through all of our bets for UFC Vegas 55. I've got more units than I thought I would go in this week. Jakey Boy always has a bunch flying, so I'm interested to see yours. And if you want 50 bucks, 50 free dollars from us to you, all you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. That's wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any partner, and we send you Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, $50 as a thank you for supporting us and our partners. And I've got 4.5 units going this week, which honestly, that's more than I thought I was going to do this week. But as I went through, I found some spots, and you see that pretty much all of these props are safety net bets. But before I jump in and break these down, just a reminder, Parker Porter is an actual friend of mine. I've known him for like 15, 17 years, something like that. We've went to Turkey together for a fight. I've known him for an incredibly long time. So he's an actual friend. And of course, if you don't back your friends, who are you backing, right? So I've got a half a unit money line on him. He's plus 450. In all reality, friendship aside, the dude is 265 pounds. He's always in shape as far as cardio is concerned. You're not going to say that the dude gasses. He's got tree trunks for legs. And Jailton Almeida, yes, he weighed in at 220 something, looked really good, but he's going to be shooting takedowns, and Parker's not easy to take down. Low center of gravity, big-ass legs. He's a pretty good grappler, underrated wrestling. Like, I really think Jailton Almeida is going to have a hard time. So I got a half a unit money line on Parker to win, but I also have the over 1.5 rounds for that exact same reason. I think Jalton's going to struggle, not be able to take him down as easy as he thinks he does. What happens after that, I don't know. But the reality is over 1.5 rounds, Parker's used to fighting heavyweights that hit a lot harder, have a lot more physicality to them than Jailton Almeida. And listen, Jailton Almeida may be the greatest light heavyweight on planet Earth. We don't know yet. The guy has one single fight in the UFC. We just don't know yet. So there's a lot of questions. I'm going to back my buddy here. I definitely like the over. I got a money line on him, only half a unit because the odds are so crazy. Then I have 2 inside the distance decision no action bets. If you want to know what those are, basically, if Chase Hooper or Vince Morales win by stoppage, I get paid. I hit my bet. Plus 130 for Chase Hooper, plus 125 for Vince Morales. If they lose a decision, which I actually think is the most likely outcome for both of these guys, if they lose a decision or even win a decision, I get a refund. I get my money back. I didn't lose any money. I didn't win any money. I just get a refund. The bet never happened. So Chase Hooper, Vince Morales wins inside a distance decision, no action. You're only going to get those safety net bets if you go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 partners. The one and only partner that offers that bet is Bet Online. If you hop in, you make a deposit, we'll send you $50 as a thank you. So I got 1 unit on each and just a little more. Chase Hooper is really tough, even though I do think he loses this fight, but he'll always be live for a submission. Vince Morales, again, I think he loses, but he's actually really live to win this fight. And Jonathan Martinez has been dropped in like every fight ever, and Vince Morales is coming off a spectacular knockout. So that's very possible he wins inside the distance, and I got myself a cushion. And then I went main event, Holly Holm to win by decision, minus 125. It's the most likely outcome in this fight, most likely outcome for Holly. I wasn't going to do it, and then I was like, yeah, the reality is she's a former champ. This is exactly, if she wins, this is exactly what she's going to do. And if Ketlen Vieira blows through her, then Ketlen is a lot better than I thought she was and than a lot of people thought she was. So I got 4.5 units going this week. That's what I've got going on. Jakenheimer Schmidt, what do you got?
Feeling good this week. We loaded up once again, and we're gonna bankrupt these books. I mean, this week. I mean, this is what it comes down to. We're gonna bankrupt these books, and it starts with Euros Medic, the lock of the week. That's why he's highlighted in gold. It's more of like a mustard color, but we try to make it gold. You know what it is. So, plus 115 on him. This is going to be a boom or bust lock of the week, which is my favorite lock of the weeks. He's going to get either an early knockout or he's going to look like he struggled in his last fight. And it seems like a lot of people are really, really hot or really, really cold on Euros. Either he's going to bounce back, he's a great striker, going to knock this guy out, or he sucks, he quit his last fight. I think he bounces back. He was a little bit embarrassed on that last fight. That's why he's my lock of the week. So I put a full unit on that. I always put my money where my mouth is. I hedged it a little bit in my props, and I'll explain that, but I always put my money where my mouth is with the lock of the week. I put a full unit at plus 115. The next 2, I think, are the best values on this card as far as favorites go. Tabitha Ricci, I actually picked Polyana Viana, but that's more of like a bias. Polyana, I will always choose you. But if I have to put my money on somebody, it's going to be Tabitha Ricci. Her wrestling is just too good. Polyana Viana is a very experienced brown belt, but Ricci is a next level jiu-jitsu black belt. I don't think she's going to be able to submit off her back Tabitha Ricci, and that's where the fight's going to be. It's going to be Polyana Viana fighting off her back, looking for submissions, and Ricci is nasty. She also will throw elbows, look for submissions of her own. I think that's great value. Again, Michel Pereira, I think that's an incredible value as well at minus 125. He has the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu, but he also has those crazy strikings that everyone is well known about. I think he comes in and uses a little bit more of his wrestling. He started to tame down the craziness a little bit, and when he uses his wrestling and his grappling, he is very, very successful doing that. And usually he only uses it when he gets tired. I hope he uses it a little bit early, and I have another flyer bet on him if he does end up using that. So we move to the prop bets. This is my hedge on the Udos bet, under 2.5 rounds. So if Udos, this is a guy that doesn't go to the third round, right? So it is minus 160. It's not the best odds you're going to get, but if Udos does get finished early, I still get paid. But if he finishes Omar early, it's like a double dip action with the money line and the under 2.5 rounds. Does not go the distance for Chidi and Dusko. Same thing. I mean, Chidi has unreal power. Dusko is also one of those kind of early finisher type of guys. If he comes in to wrestle, this could drag on a little bit farther, but you can see the odds. Does not go the distance, minus 200. Most people expect a finish, so I put 2 units on that, 2 units on the Omar and Udos fight as well. These are a little bit of a flyers. That's why you see the half unit, 0.4 units. Michel Pereira uses grappling, maybe finds a submission, plus 1,000. A little bit wild. That's why it's a half unit. And then the main event, Ketlin as well wins by submission. I think that's really her only path to victory. If this goes to a decision, I agree with Angela's bet. Holly Holm wins by decision is probably the safer bet, but this is a little bit of a flyer. Judo black belt, jiu-jitsu black belt. If she can get this fight to the ground, maybe finds a submission. So 0.4 units on wins by submission. Then I have my parlay. So my lock of the week was Udos. I really liked Eric Honors, right? And I love Chase Hooper is my guy. So I kind of stacked those up as a little bit of an underdog parlay. Eric Honors I like a lot more than Chase Hooper in this matchup, but if they both win, half a unit little flyer there, plus 600. I don't hate it because Chase is, as Angel mentioned, is so tough, and he's always looking for those submissions, and his striking is improving. The guy's only 22 years old, so I think Eric Anders wins. I think Chase Hooper has a path to victory, so I stacked them up. And then next is kind of under two. I was looking at the rounds. I like to play round lines a lot. And a little bit ago, I hit like a crazy 9-fight under-over parlay for rounds. These are the 2.5s I saw that I feel like the fight is going to be under. So Kalaris and Hooper, we mentioned Hooper is very, very tough, but he's so dangerous on the ground. And I can see this fight going to the ground. So under 2.5, it's plus 135. All these are not the favorites to finish, so I stacked them all up. Morales, Martinez. Again, Martinez, very, very chinny. Morales, very, very good fighter. So I could see something weird happening in that fight, under 2.5 rounds. And then Michel Pereira and Ponzinibbio. Again, Michel Pereira is just so dangerous and so good everywhere. I just kind of stacked those up. Those are the things that caught my eye at under 2.5 rounds and got 1,500 odds on that. Again, only a half a unit. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited for this card. It should be a lot of fun. A lot of people earlier in the week were trashing the card, but there's a lot of big names on this card and a lot of fun matchups, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, big names is subjective, but certainly names, people you recognize, you've seen fight, you enjoy fighting. So there are some fun matchups here.
Parker Porter is a big name.
If you want 50 free bucks, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners. Make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.